Diving deep into the storm, bringing love. We can release that we no longer need. Diving deep into the storm, bringing love. So we can release that we no longer need. Diving deep into the source, bringing love, so we can release that which we no longer need. Diving deep into the source, bringing love, so we can release that which we no longer need. Diving deep into the source, bringing love, so we can release that which we no longer need. Diving deep into the source, bringing love, so we can release that which we no longer need. Diving deep into the source, bringing love, so we can release that which we no longer need.
Aloha. Good evening. This is Andrew Aloha live out of Flagstaff, Arizona, with Spiritual Productions on free conference call and Instagram, believe it or not. Establishing and maintaining right relationships through human values. Aloha and welcome to tonight's Golden Age Psychic Show. Tonight we happen to have Reverend Marietta White, all the way out of New York. Aloha, Reverend Marietta.
Aloha, Andrew. Aloha, everyone.
And thank you for being here. A world-renowned psychic medium, Reverend Marietta White specializes in spirit guides, careers and goals, money and finance, love and relationships, and UFO field investigations. Having seen and communicated with spirits since she was a young girl, she now offers these gifts to others through psychic readings, investigations, classes, healings, and more. As a clairvoyant and clairsentient, she channels intuitive messages with clear sight into the past, present, and future. Her messages, are always delivered with a caring heart and calming voice. White also has the ability to communicate with deceased loved ones and offer messages to those who are seeking closure and validation of everlasting life. And then we also have Cherokee Billie, all the way out of Florida. Aloha, Cherokee Billie.
Aloha to you too.
And thank you for being here. As ordained minister and spiritual advisor for over 35 years, Cherokee Billie provides spiritual guidance via angels, prayer, clairvoyance, transpersonal psychology, and naturopathic healing. She has been successful helping people with issues such as relationships, anxiety, depression, abuse, low self-esteem, grief, and loss of power. She has also assisted people in finding true love, marriage, new job, prosperity, and success, and is author of Heavenly Seduction, 7 other ebooks, and has written hundreds of articles on spirituality, motivation, and health. If you want more information on Cherokee Billie, you can go to www.CherokeeBillie, and that's BILLIE.com. And if you want more information on Reverend Marietta White, you can go to Marietta White 69 at gmail.com. Marietta White 69 at gmail.com. And then there's Andrew Aloha, myself, and I, all the way out of Arizona, Flagstaff, Arizona. Oh yeah, here I am. Andrew Aloha at www.90dayascensionjourney.com, 90dayascensionjourney.com, or spiritualimageproductions.com, spiritualimageproductions.com. Andrew Aloha, myself, and I have been an executive producer of Spiritual Image Productions, whose mission, goal, purpose is to establish and maintain right relationships with human values, or to exemplify to others right, healthy relations with ourselves and with each other. Andrew Aloha, myself, and I have been counseling, coaching, mentoring for over 15 years. The astrology readings that I do are a Western and esoteric style of tradition. Western astrology readings are more personality, or more about the lower ego-based self, while esoteric readings are more soul, true life purpose based, with the date for the esoteric readings or soul chart readings being psychically derived. Past, present, and future are covered in both styles, while the whole reading is done with a psychic intuitive emphasis as well. So, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the Golden Age Psychic Show, and then go from there. In the meantime, and just to let you know, this is an experimental program right now. I don't know that people are interested in doing this, but anyhow, we're just going with it and seeing how it goes. So just to let you know, I do want to give a big aloha to all of our underwriters that help make the show from week to week, month to month, year to year, beginning with the 90-Day Ascension Journey at www.90dayascensionjourney.com. When you sign up for the 90-Day Ascension Journey, you will be facilitated with defining and redefining your soul or true life purpose. You will be assisted with finding out what ascension means to you. On this journey, you will be provided with tools, techniques, and assistance to empower you to connect and reconnect with yourself, your emotions and feelings in your mind, body, and spirit. Through a universal soul center process, you will be going through a lifelong transformation that will allow you to move forward with your endeavors and never look back if you dare. And then we also have a Novate ANOVITE, which is a French word, at www.spiritualimageproductions.com, or excuse me, www.spiritualimageproductions.anovote.com, with over 25,000 scientific papers published on colostrum, a 90-day guarantee, and the winner of the heavenly or Healthy Living People's Choice Award twice over. Anovote focuses on helping people with weight loss, anti-aging, heart disease, diabetes, depression, high blood pressure, asthma, allergies, rheumatoid arthritis, inflammation, gout, lupus, fibromyalgia, Crohn's disease, cancer, ulcers, the polio virus, chronic infections, digestive disorders, Alzheimer's disease, autoimmune disease, thymus gland, mental clarity, maintenance and protection of the immune system, synthesis and repair of RNA and DNA, and more. Again, if you want to check this out, you can go to www.spiritualimageproductions.anovote.com. And then finally, we do have Maha Dikini Lore at www.mahadikini.com. Maha Dikini Lore's life has been a personal journey exploring sexuality and spirituality for over 20 years. She's a certified tantric counselor and tantric healer and a certified mind sound teacher. Maha Dikini Lore is also a graduate of Margot Nand year-long Sky Dance and Tantric Facilitator Training Program, as well as a current member of the American Association of Sex Educators, Counselors, and Therapists Club, and also a charter member of the Association of Sexual Energy Professionals. She regularly attends trainings and conferences to keep current with the latest research and information on sexual education. And now we're back with the Golden Age Psychic Show. And again, if you want to check this out, this information out, you can go to spiritualimageproductions.com, spiritualimageproductions.com. On the left-hand side, you'll see a link that says the Golden Age Psychic Show. Click on that link. That'll take you to the page where I'm at right now. All the information that I just gave you is on that page. And if you want to go back and review it for yourself, that's the place to go. So anyhow, we're back oops, and I forgot to put the advertiser on, Anovote, Maha Dikini Lore, and then the 90-day Ascension Journey. And tonight's album of the month is Diving Deep with Serena Gabriel, all the way out of Tucson. The name of the song that we were playing when we were starting the show was called Diving Deep. And anyhow, I believe, and don't quote me on this because we talked about it, but I don't know if she's 100% about it. She was talking about bringing in another album in December, and then next month we're going to be bringing in an album by Jason Rotman. Divine Devotion, I believe, is the album. A lot of just really spiritual, high energy type of music. So, and if let me see. On Sunday also, if you haven't looked at the calendar, if you go to spiritualimageproductions.com, on the left-hand side there's a calendar that says Six Divine Calendar. You can click on that. That'll take you, and you can overview all the bookings we already got going. So that'll give you an idea, an overview of everything that's going on. And then you can also go to spiritualimageproductions.com. In the middle, in the top middle, there's a button that says Six Divine Events. That'll give you an overview of everything that's going on for the month, and then any other special stuff that we're doing, and so forth. So, anyhow, we're back. The Golden Age Psychic Show. I can tell this is an overwhelming, sold out show because there's so many people on it, but that's besides the point. So anyhow, I guess everybody's out. I know this weekend, I believe at NAU they're getting ready to do I think tonight they're doing the prom, or their homecoming, and then and tomorrow I guess it's going to be a big football game and all kinds of stuff. So I'm just going with the club. So anyhow, Reverend Marietta White and Cherokee Billie, you guys got anything going on? Anything you want to put out there?
Well, if you don't mind, I'll speak. I've got special holiday Halloween readings. They're quite different. This is about your life path, and it kind of takes you through a journey. And it's very interesting. If people want to know about it, they can go to my website, Cherokee Billie spiritualadvisor.com, and learn about it. It's a lot of fun, and it's quite unusual. And also, I will be doing live psychic readings on Halloween night on the radio, on Blog Talk Radio. So those are my events coming up.
And how do they find your readings or your page or whatever?
It's my website.
Yeah, your website.
Spiritual Advisor. Right, everything's right there. I teach classes privately. I do spiritual cleansing. I do a lot of different services besides reading. And it's all on my website, my ebooks, and my other books that I've written. What else have I got there? A million things, articles, blog posts, all there.
Got it.
And, I'll be having you on my show next week. You'll be on Blog Talk with me.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Now, what time does that start? I haven't got a chance to look over all that information, but go ahead.
Well, it'll be 5 p.m. your time next Thursday.
Okay.
8 p.m. Eastern time.
And
in it, hopefully lots of callers.
And we're going to be talking about the 90-day ascension journey or something else?
Not really. More about, what you do, and then take calls and you do readings, if you don't mind, if you feel you want to do something different.
Yeah, I would rather talk about the 90-day ascension journey, which is probably more important because that gives people some information about how they can change their lives for themselves. And all they have to do is just follow along, and they can do the research on their own or whatever. But they can just and they can, and I'll be telling them how to purchase a copy or how to get a free copy of the book as well. So if you guys want to listen in, now how do they get to the show? You go to Blog Talk Radio and .com/Cherokee Billie.
Correct, just Cherokee Billie.
And then
go ahead. And it's there, and I'll have to get all that information from you to put on the program because I wasn't sure. Got it.
Yeah, and we'll put some postings out on Andrew Aloha's Facebook page, fan page. We'll put some information out on that as well, and then so you'll know where to go to for that. And then we'll again, if you guys want to listen in, then we can go from there. But and I don't know, maybe we can do some. Is it an hour show?
Yes.
Because then maybe we can talk about the 90-day ascension journey, and then we halfway through we can do some readings if people want to do readings or whatever. So.
Sure. Sounds good. I think it's a good idea always for people to try and improve themselves, and for those that truly want it, your program's a good idea.
Yeah.
It really is.
So
a lot of people I have observed in my many years of doing this don't want to take responsibility and do things for themselves. The ones that do get the blessings, that's for sure.
Got it. And Reverend Marietta, is there anything that you want to put out there that we haven't talked about yet?
No, I'm basically just doing online readings on a top internet service psychic reading program. I'm talking internationally a lot to a lot of people over the country and the world. I do a lot of work with people trying to get them, along with what Cherokee said, getting them thinking more in a positive frame of mind to get that energy change so they can actually bring in some good things into their life. I would be interested in hearing about Cherokee's background to how she came to be doing this.
Well, I'll tell you. I started studying spirituality. Wow. I came from being brought up in a religion that made me an atheist. Okay. a devout Easter.
Right?
A devout. And I met a man, and he kind of showed me a way to spirituality that I'd never been shown before, got my interest, and I already knew I had gifts, but I didn't really understand it. Back when I was growing up, nobody talked about it, nobody knew much about it, but I would see auras and things that I didn't even know what they were called back then. So it was always there. And then I studied metaphysics with many different teachers, but over 6 years in one church school, and progressed from there on my studies with other different teachers, and then eventually came to doing this as a living because I was a naturopathic doctor, but I had an accident and I couldn't practice anymore, and I had to find a way to make a living. So I said, okay, let's share your knowledge, what you got. And so I've turned it into doing readings, teaching, and it's been quite interesting. That way I can define it.
When did you start doing readings?
Oh gosh. Oh, I've been doing it pretty much since I was a teenager, but professionally about 35 years.
That's interesting. I always like to know how people got started.
Sure, everybody's different. I always tell people that, I do things by desperation more than anything. It kind of opens the door where you'll step in and do what things you never thought you'd do, because I never, ever, when I was studying spirituality, was thinking about doing this as a living. It was never in my mind. I'm sure each one of us here have always had our intuition, whatever was going on throughout our life. But again, I think I'm probably older than everybody here, and it just wasn't talked about any of this in my day.
So,
it was taboo at one point.
Absolutely. And, again, I didn't even know, like the auras. That was the thing that first started for me, was seeing auras. And I was about 15, and I had no clue what it was. I just found it very interesting. But, who was I going to ask?
now let me ask you this, Billie. Didn't we set up an interview with you for your book, Heavenly Seduction?
I really don't know, Andrew. I can't remember.
I thought you and I had set up an interview date for that already.
If we did, it's totally gone from my mind. Okay.
Well, it's gone from my mind too, because I don't see it.
Yeah, and I didn't see any notification on it, but yeah, it would be good because, again, mine is not just a story about my spiritual path, but it's about this man I met who was in a group back then. They didn't use the word cult, but that's what it was, a religious cult, and it was one of the most demented, sick ones you could find, and leave it to me to find it, Oh yeah, and it's my battle to understand spirituality, battling. I eventually married this man, battling him over his spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, and how I came out of this from him, from this whole thing. It was quite a journey. And the group of people are interested in the cult. Back then, they were called the Children of God, Family of Love. Now they call themselves Family International.
Huh.
And they still exist. Yes.
But you're no longer associated with him.
I never really was. I was associated by being with him, the man I married. But I never fully bought it, but I tried, but I couldn't buy into what they were teaching fully. But I wanted this spirituality. I was finally turned on. I wasn't an atheist suddenly. I had a sincere desire to understand God, and spirituality. Didn't know it was spirituality at that time, but that was what it really was that I was seeking. And coming, from being an atheist was a shock to everyone, because I was very adamant. So it shocked my friends, everyone, when this happened to me. And then as things progressed, again, past him, I really got into metaphysics, and that's where the real learning for me came in. Those 6 years I spent in that school really gave me such a foundation. And then what opened up even more was my father. He was always the man of my dreams in life. He was the greatest, and his death opened up a lot. He was in a coma months before he died, and they were keeping him alive, and that went against what I believe in, and I had no legal power. So what I did is I'd never done this before, but I went in, astral projected to his room, took his spirit out of his body, took him into the spirit world, where he was greeted by his sergeant from World War II, which surprised me. And they went into this room. I was left outside. I could hear him talking, people laughing, communication. When he finished, he came out. I put him back in his body, and the next day he passed.
Wow.
Well, within less than 24 hours of his passing, he woke me up screaming into my ear all the things that he needed to tell me that he had. And he kept appearing for the next 7 days. And it was quite remarkable. So from that point on, you can't be a skeptic when you've seen or heard what I did with my father. And of course, with all my clients since. But that was the one that really nailed everything for me right there.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
It really was. My father was a great man. I asked him one time, what is your spiritual belief? He was full-blooded Cherokee. And he never talked about nothing. He very rarely said a word. And he said, they're my beliefs. But it was quite clear with the power of how he came back that this man was more advanced than he ever let on. It probably was natural to him, an instinct.
Well,
It was quite remarkable.
I remember back in the day, my uncle came back. He was sick, and he had been fighting. I don't know what it was that he was going through, but so I worked with him energetically wise, and I helped actually prolong his life longer than it probably should have been. And then he came back to me in spirit, and he was yelling and screaming at me because he was all pissed off because I prolonged his life more than it should have been. He didn't want to keep going. I guess he was in pain. He just didn't want to live anymore or something. He just wanted to move on. And so he came back yelling and screaming at me because I made him stay longer than he should have. So anyhow,
he had to express his opinion, didn't he?
Right. But that's when I really realized that, number one, the work that I'm doing, or the service that I'm doing is pretty real. It's pretty authentic, and that also let me know that I don't need to interfere with people's agendas, no matter what they are, because that's where they're at, and unless they ask me to, or unless they agree that I should help them out or whatever, then there's no reason for me to interfere with people's agendas at all. So, and that's.
Oh, hey, Reverend Marietta, tell me your story. How'd you get into all this?
Oh my! Well, started when I was a little kid, actually. First thing I had was all of our family members had UFO contact in some way. And I mean, extended family, neighbors, all kinds of stuff. And I've later learned in more recent years that I'm actually in a high sighting area, but I didn't know that at the time. And it started with that, and then I discovered that if I sat really still, and it usually happened when my mom was somewhere in the room, I could lift things by just looking at it. It would go a few inches up the ground and go back down. And I since lost that ability. I can bend spoons, but I can't do that anymore, or at least I don't think I can. And then I always was interested, always reading everything I could get, but I was like you. couldn't, you weren't supposed to talk about it with anybody. And I laughed when you were talking about that because my first experience with a psychic was I went to the lady called the Cat Lady. And she was like an undercover psychic in our area. It was illegal to be a psychic at that time. And we had to go in this back street. And when I showed up at her door, she came out and thought I was an investigator trying to bust her. And first she yelled at me, but then when we found, she found out while I was really there, she did a reading in it. And I wrote it all down, put it away, forgot all about it. I picked it out like 2 years later, and it was so darn accurate, I couldn't believe it. She just lifted my life right on through. And then I moved out to Ohio like about 20 years ago, and I was doing readings all along, but not real professionally, And then I moved out to Ohio, and I happened to keep passing this place called Angels in the Valley. It's in Carrollton, Ohio. And one day they said drumming circle, and I thought, oh, that sounds like fun. Maybe I'll go see what that is. So I drove in, and at the time nobody was there, but this one lady came out on the porch, and she says, "Oh, we've got a psychic fair coming next week. Come on over." So I went to the psychic fair, and at the psychic fair, I had a lady do readings for me and said I was going to be learning at a place called Lilydale, which I'd never heard of, and that eventually I would be teaching people psychic skills. And I didn't know what was going on, but she listed all my children, and I had a lot of children, and she named all my children and totally described them to the T. And I thought, my God, how can anybody do that? It was amazing. And so that really got me turned on to it. So I started taking classes there, and then eventually I ended up taking a lot of classes at Lilydale, which is one of the top spiritualist communities in the United States and in the world, actually. And from there, I just started doing, readings. But I think some of my skills come from my contact with the other side, with UFOs. I've had several people that are psychics that have told me the same thing. And I find it, just really amazing. I don't really understand it, but it seems like if they've had contact in some way, they are very psychic. And I think that's where my skill comes from. So I've been doing readings for a long time. Teaching classes for quite a long time, teaching intuitive development, psychic abilities, remote viewing, things like that. And then more recently, in the last couple of years, I've been working for a online program, doing psychic readings internationally with them. And so that's kind of my story. It's just kind of been something that developed over a period of time, and just found it, very interesting, and just I've taken every class I can possibly take with a lot of really, top people in the country and stuff like that. And I just been so interested in it. I can't stop learning. I have to be studying it all the time. And I do a lot of readings, and I just love it.
Sounds interesting. It really does, where you've come from, your journey. And going to Lilydale, God, I hadn't even thought of that in a long time.
Oh, that's wonderful. You know what Lilydale is then?
Yes.
I did classes there for about, 6 to 8 years. It was a halfway point between where I lived and where I owned a house, and I traveled back and forth a lot of weekends, most of them in the summer. So I would stop there and take classes all weekend, and then come on in, and then I'd start taking classes during the week. And I went so often that the gate guard where you check in told me how to park in a different place, so I could park for free and stuff like that. They got so used to seeing me. But I took classes with a lot of the really top people in the country, and I find that they were so helpful. I learned so much from them. Just different skills I didn't know I could even possibly have. And I took some criminal investigation classes where you do remote viewing, and that helped me. So every time I've taken a class, even though I've been teaching classes for years, I'm reading something every single day. I read something or listen to a CD that has something to do with learning a skill that's psychic related. I'm still learning. Every day I still learn something. I just find it so amazing that it's a huge world and so much to learn, but I find that virtually everybody has the ability if they really want to learn it. It's not something you have to be, gifted with, even though I feel people are. It's just an amazing ability, and it's learnable.
I agree. It is learnable. If people choose to, because everybody is intuitive.
Mhm.
They either tap into it or they don't. But everybody they able to say, "I feel something in my gut." That's your intuition, and
Yeah.
that's your psychic self.
Yeah.
Intuition and psychic to me are one and the same, really.
They are. They are. Yeah.
Not to mention that Reverend Marietta has been on with the Golden Age Psychic Show. What, 2-3 years? I don't even know how long you've been with this show.
Yeah, I lost track of that. I think 3 years, maybe.
3 years?
Wow.
Every month. I've been on at least a couple times every month for. It's been quite a long time. I don't even remember how long ago I got on.
I know. I'm almost sure it's at least 2 years, but 3 years, maybe 3 years. I don't know. I've had a number of people that have been on these shows with co-hosting with me for a number of years. The relationship show that we're going to be doing on Sunday, I had the woman that comes on with me on that show. She's been on with me for 6-7 years. I don't know, 5-6-7 years at least. And then I've had other people that have been on my show on these shows with me for a number of years as well. So.
Yeah, we did. We've always done the psychic reading show and the paranormal show.
Yeah, you started the paranormal show with me, right?
I think that's where it started. I don't really remember now.
Yeah, I think you started that show with me, and I thought, let's do a paranormal show, and somehow we got you on there, and we got you to co-hosting with me. So I thought that was. I mean, we've had some pretty good shows that pretty big ground that we covered on that show. So
Well, you've been around for a long time. I met you. I don't know, through Facebook or somewhere, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
That I've known of you and followed your work and your programs. I think I did one of your programs like 7 or 8 years ago, long time ago.
Huh. Yeah, we're gonna have to see about getting you on for your book. I believe. Let me see. I'm not sure, but I'll check it out right now and see. I thought we had come up with a date to interview you about your book, because that's why you sent me your book, right? Didn't you send me your book?
Right, but I honestly can't remember, Andrew. Hey, I'm a great psychic. I can't remember.
Right, yeah, no kidding.
I know. I'll call it just getting old and can't remember. Hey, there you go.
I'm a damn good psychic, but I just can't remember. Okay, fine.
Right. Like people will call me up and say, "You did a reading for me 2 years ago." Well, hey, I don't remember. I think we decided to bring you on for Thanksgiving weekend, the 26th of November. That's right. You're right.
On Sunday.
But, I didn't write it down.
Well, I haven't got around to it, but I'll send you confirmation. I'll plug you in for that date, and then we'll take you from there. Because I think we were just trying to get other stuff put together. It is. That's the day, because I remember I only have 2 more dates left for interviews this week, this year, and that's going to be on Christmas Eve and on New Year's Eve day. I don't know that I even want to do an interview on those days, but I'll get to it when I get to it, I guess. So.
Because people are so caught up with family and friends on those days.
I mean, I have in the past. I've actually interviewed people on New Year's Eve, on Christmas Eve, and there's always somebody out there that's available. So I just go with it, whatever. So.
Well, yeah, but it's just your audience will be less. Is the thing. There won't be many people because they'll be busy. It's like kind of tonight, like it's football season and all this stuff.
This is by far the slowest night we've ever had, right, Marietta?
Yes, I agree. But it was also my slowest week the last few days of my other program where I'm doing readings.
Oh, really?
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it must have something to do with that.
Well, I don't remember ever one show. I mean, we've done our show, these shows on Blog Talk Radio, and in spite of all the crap that Blog Talk Radio dishes out, we've never ever had less than one or two people on the show for readings. I mean, never.
I don't
never.
ever remember not having readings all night long.
Yeah, I know somehow
just to let you know,
we end up doing a reading for somebody, at least one or two or three people minimum, rock bottom minimum. But we've had as many as 120 people coming through there wanting a reading. So it's been pretty busy and it's been pretty slow, but it's never been this slow. I mean, we've always had at least somebody. Not ever have we had nobody on the show to do a reading for.
Well, just to let you know, I did a program recently on Blog Talk on a Friday, and it was dead.
Oh, really?
And I think it has to do with, like I said, football and things that Friday nights are just not very good. Other nights of the week seem to be better.
Well, this is also the first time we've done this show in this format, in this way. So, if you're out there and you're listening to this, we're going to go ahead and attempt to. We're going to go ahead and go with this next week as well. Maybe for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not sure. But if you're interested in getting a free reading, especially like a night tonight, like a night like tonight, you would have gotten a really good reading, probably a whole hour reading. I don't know, but anyhow, if you're interested in getting a reading, you can call 712-451-0948. 712-451-0948. Access code 936676. Access code 936676. If you call into that conference call, that'll take us. That'll put you on our list here of phone numbers, and then we'll bring you in for a reading. And again, there's nobody here right now, so you could have been you could have had an incredibly good reading for free tonight.
Hey, wait!
What happened?
We got three psychics here. We could do readings on each other.
Well, if you want, it's not gonna hurt my feelings.
Hey, Reverend Marietta, if you didn't mind, I wouldn't mind if I could ask a question of you. See what
Sure, what's the question?
Kind of a complicated one. I got to think how to word it.
No, I didn't want to answer it.
Yeah, it's a very... All right. 6 months from now, where do you see the progress of my business?
I see it being slow. I don't think it's going to take off really fast. I think it's going to be slow, and I think it's going to take 8 months. That's it. So I'm getting the number 8. They're saying by the time it's going to be, I keep saying spring as well. What month is 8 months from now?
I don't know, but I've been in business for over
June of next year.
10 years.
Yeah,
over 10 years, I've been in business. Okay?
I look more at your book. You've got a new book out, right?
Well, it's not new. It's been out for a long time, my book. But I'm just talking about my spiritual psychic business, that part. The book I would believe to be that long, but what about the actual, working with clients?
I still think it's gonna be slow for a while. I think it's gonna be slow up until right the first of the year. To me, the first of the year seems to be a big change for you. Things are gonna start changing. And for some reason they're saying coming into your own, so I don't know what that means to you. And it's saying giant leaps forward. A lot of changes coming up in the new year. I think you're going to take on another project. Do you have something else going on that you're going to be doing, or another book or something?
No.
I think you are. Something is changing in your life that's going to be related to the psychic business. It's going to be related to that, but it's something new. It's a new project you're going to do, or a class or something. There's something new happening, and it's happening in the first of the year.
Oh, hey, I'm willing to try anything once. You know, if it's something new, I'll go for it.
And they're saying a lot of power. You're going to have a lot of power. I don't know why they're saying power, but they're showing me like a person with actually a wand. Having power. They're also saying you need to have a strong connection with the stone people. They're saying you haven't looked enough at your ancestry, and you're pulling a lot of energy from your ancestry. It's coming through that part of your family, through feels like your dad, and also another person in the family. So you're getting a lot of energy coming through from your history, and they're saying look to your history for your future, because that's where your power comes. Do you spend much time outside at all?
No.
You need to connect with the stones, with the stone people. Do you do anything with crystals?
Yes.
Okay, crystals are good. I would do some real natural type stones too. Put them into your, at least in your vicinity. If you can't get outside, bring them inside. Because I feel like those are your ancestors. Those are the people, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Those are the people that came before you, and that's where your energy is coming from. It's coming from that history in your life. They're saying to draw on that it's going to make you much stronger.
Well, that's a very interesting. You're kind of confirming what actually somebody told me, and they aren't a professional psychic, but someone told me this recently, and you're confirming what someone else said.
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, very interesting.
Aloha, Michael. Thanks for joining us here on Instagram. If you're interested in getting a free psychic reading right now, literally, you can call. I have it listed there on the Instagram comment section, but you can call 712-451-0948. Access code 936676 #, and that'll get you to where I'm at right now on free conference call, and you can get in on a free reading if you're interested. So, Now, Billie, are you involved with somebody? Are you like just talking to some guy or somebody that you're interested in getting intimate with?
Are you kidding? You couldn't give me a man on a silver platter, honey.
Well, I don't know that you're gay, but if you're gay, then that's either way.
No, I am. I don't want sex with anyone.
well, I'm getting.
Are gone.
I'm getting that you're getting ready to come into a partner.
I think they're way off, Andrew. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm not gonna say I told you so, but that's okay. But people.
No, I will tell you. I walked away 37 years ago. I have never dated since. I'm only 30 years old.
Billie, if that was true, why would I get the lover's card, huh? You tell me. Thank you very much.
That could be I would say a spiritual love, but
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it necessarily has to be somebody that you're going to be living with, somebody, but you're going to be coming into union with a partner that maybe you can just hang out with, or just share stories with, or whatever. But that's coming. That's in the works, literally within the next several months. Probably next summer is my guess. Now, Billie, there's also a lot of change. A lot of stuff coming down the pike, especially next summer and also next fall. That you're really gonna want to work on getting yourself in a good position to be able to deal with some of this stuff. So I don't know what's going on all your levels, but I do see that there's stuff coming down the pike that you're gonna want to embrace yourself for. And there's the challenges having to do with material stuff, challenges having to do with I don't know, just a level of accomplishment. You're not there's some things that you're gonna feel like, well, I didn't accomplish this in the way that I wanted to. So but don't let that discourage you. It's just things that you're learning. That's all. It's just, I mean, you're never too old to learn, no matter what. So it's like that. And then also some of your friends, maybe family. There's going to be I don't in next summer. There's going to be some kind of thing with a friend that there may be a parting of ways with this person. So and maybe a family member. I don't know, but you're going to want to really just just be conscious of what's going on with your some of these people, and try not to try not to get in their way, because sometimes they're just looking for an excuse to get in an argument with you, or to be right, or whatever. So let them be right. Let them be whatever they want to be, and just keep the ball at a balance. I think that's going to be the best thing for you. Again, next summer is going to be a big summer for you, and even fall. Also, fall is going to be very energetic for you. I guess maybe is a good word. I'm not sure. So
Well,
any other questions?
not really.
Michael Harrison,
No.
any questions? Are you going to talk to us? What the heck?
We got a live one. All right.
Right. Now, Marietta, did you want a reading?
Sure.
All right. Hang on. Well, go ahead. And while you're doing you're asking your questions. I'm going to flush my cards. Okay.
Oh gosh, I gotta have a question.
Well, you want a general reading?
No.
Okay. I guess just what do you see in the future, business-wise for me?
I have a question, Marietta. Are you doing your own private business?
No, I do, yes. But I also work online for a well-known psychic site.
Yes, I understand. Have you ever thought of applying on your own? Because I think you'd be very good on your own.
I'm actually considering I was doing it, and then I went into the psychic site, and I'm finding I can manage my time. I stopped doing my own thing for a while, but I am considering going back and doing it. I like to teach classes and teach other people.
Yes, I can tell you're very good at it. And God bless you that you can keep up on one of those psychic lines. They're hard. It's hard work.
Yeah.
Now, the woman that I'm bringing in November, Marietta, is she does that. She's teaching classes. So maybe you guys can connect, and maybe you can work with doing something like that together, or maybe she can just give you some information about that. So
yeah. Well, I taught classes for many years. It's just so time consuming putting a class together. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it again.
It is a lot of work to put them together.
Yeah.
I know I teach, and I can't put them out as often as I want because it is time consuming. So I do see that.
well, Michael Harrison, I'm gonna looks like I don't know why, but this Instagram is getting ready to go off, so I'm gonna have to put it back on. And anyhow, if you want to call in for a reading, you're welcome to do so. And otherwise, we'll talk to you next time. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back live on Instagram again. It clocked me out for some reason. I don't know why it does that. I think it did that last time. So go ahead whenever you guys are ready.
Ready for what?
I thought we were gonna do a reading for Marietta. What happened to that part?
Oh, I thought you were doing it. I should know.
Oh no, we're gonna start with you, and
I've already said what I feel that, I think you would do very good independent, but I know that it is in some ways easier to work for a company because you don't have to do all that marketing and all that goes behind the scenes that it takes on your own business.
Mhm.
And advertising or just working social media and all that, it is very time consuming. So it may be good for you at this time to conserve energy until you've got it ready. If you're going to teach classes or launch yourself privately to gear up your energy for now. And I think kind of that's what it is. I know you do real good on the readings, but I think that, privately you're probably off the service a million times better in readings.
I was doing it privately for quite a while, and then I kind of stopped. What about I just got certified for UFO investigation through MUFON. Do you see anything happening with that?
What is MUFON?
Okay, it's UFO investigation. I've been doing that for a number of years. This has come about naturally from all my readings. I kept getting people that had things going on in their life that had to do with UFO activity. And so I've been doing it privately, but I just recently got certified through MUFON, which is Mutual UFO Network.
In fact, we both are. Cherokee Billie, we're both certified through MUFON to be private field investigators.
Wow.
It's kind of a big deal. They're very well known throughout the world.
Well, I see you doing very well with it, and money will come to you through this, by the way. And
that's what I was thinking.
In the next 8 months, I see money increasing for you quite a bit. And you're going to do very well. This comes almost immediately.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not too far off. But the money where I see it is around 8 months from now that, your business, so to speak, takes off. That's what I should say.
That would make
anything. And whatever you're doing in the UFO field. I don't claim to know much about it myself. I just know they exist. That's all I know.
Yeah.
But you're going to do really well. And, I think that there's a lot from what I've observed spiritually, that the UFOs are communicating, a lot of them, from spirit, trying to deliver messages here. And perhaps you're going to be a conveyor for them.
I actually have that feeling myself. I've felt that a lot of us who are on the psychic path and communicate mentally, that's how they communicate also. So I feel like we may at some point become translators.
Well, I think you're already doing it. It's just, it'll come together in a different way, more powerfully, and you'll be really out there doing it, more than you have.
Wow. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, I see a lot of good things all around you. Your energy level is good. Like I said, I think you've conserved your energy really well in how you're working. You've really been wise. And I say that from a business standpoint. That's important because this type of work is so draining. And you've used, again, your intelligence, your instincts, everything to work where you don't drain yourself. And I congratulate you on that. I wish I was better at that myself.
Well, I was just going to say, Billie, if you want to join us, it costs $100 for the book, if you want to get the book on. You're going to go to MUFON.com or MUFON.org, I think MUFON.com, and you can order it from there. But once you do the book, the test, it's an online test that you study for. And actually, once I sat down and started studying for it, it was pretty relatively easy. So, and it's an open book test, so you don't have to. I mean, you can go in and look up the answers for yourself. And then there's a physical aspect of it, which you can do later on. The next MUFON symposium that's going to take place is literally going to be in Philadelphia, and there you can do the physical test part of it, and then you can be certified to be full-fledged investigator. And then right now, what I'm waiting for is some of my stuff to get balanced. Some of my things, some of the projects that I'm working with to balance out, and then I'm going to start training with these guys to learn how to do this more effectively and efficiently. And further, what I'm working on is putting together a group of psychics that are that will be meeting regularly for as MUFON group members, and then eventually do investigations together as a group. That is what I'm working on. So I don't know if that's something that you have an interest, but
I think
anyhow,
I think it's a good thing. You know, I've never considered it, to be honest. You know, like I said, I don't know much, but you know, I'll check it out.
yeah, I think it would be a good idea because you know, it's an experience, it's a skill, a trade that you can learn and then work with it. And they tell you, you know, it's none of our business if you go and do this on your own and privately. But when you do it with us, then and you claim our name MUFON, then we want you to do it our way because we want everybody to be uniform in the way that investigations are done. So that's the only thing. I mean, that's very simple, pretty cut and dry.
If it interests you, you could go on the web page and just look at what goes on. Also, you said you're out of Florida, and Florida has a lot of sightings. That's one of the higher sighting states, as is New York, where I am. I don't know about Arizona. I'm guessing it is there too. You can go on MUFON, MUFON, or you can also go on NUFORC, which is some connection to MUFON. I don't know what it is, but you can actually pull in your town or whatever where you live and see what kind of sightings there have been. It'll tell you what's going on in your area by the date.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Kind of interesting when you start looking and say, oh my gosh, all this was reported in my neighborhood or something. You know,
Sure.
you can narrow it down with that one. So I like that because it's so easy to narrow it down. But MUFON has the same types of things. They just don't. I think it's a little harder to find things on it.
So what I think I want to do right now, Cherokee Billie and Reverend Marietta, I want to go ahead and play some music, halftime music, and send out love, blessings, healings. We're gonna play let me see, I don't know, Segura's song. I can't remember that song, but I think that was a pretty cool song. We're gonna play Segura's song again by Sabrina Gabriel from her album Diving Deep. And we're going to send out love, blessings, healings, angels of light, and love to all those individuals we're going to be giving readings to. The President of the United States, that guy needs some help, and all his entourage. We're going to send out love, blessings, healings, angels of light, and love to all the kids and the animals and the plants on the planet, especially the ones in need and concern. To you too, as well as myself and all our family and friends, to all our vehicles and places of residence that take care of us. To all the people out there, going through the hurricanes, the floods, the fires, the earthquakes, and all their families that are part of that. Anyone you guys want to add to that?
Yes, I'd like to add all the people that are registering that they've been abused, and those that have spoke out and those that have not spoken out. About the different abuses they've suffered through their lives. And it's not just females, it's males as well.
Yeah, exactly right.
And we've also, they revealed just recently on, I think it was on TV, I heard it and I also read about it, that there's also been a huge number of child sex trafficking. And so I would like, that kind of healing going out to them as well.
Oh, nice, nice. Cherokee Billie?
Gosh, I'm trying to think. Well, I ask to take the negative thoughts and spirits that are invading this planet and that they be removed. I would love for us all.
What we're doing is sending out love and blessings and healings and angels of light and love to people. We don't necessarily need to deal with the negative people, but if anything else, send them light and love too. So they will be healed as well, and that would work as well.
Basically, is I'd like to see that happening where each individual who's listening to this now or in the future, that you just send out a little bit of light in your area, wherever you live, because it's going to reach the world sooner or later if everyone just uses their little lifeline. I'd like to see people doing that more.
Got it. We'll go ahead and send out love, blessings, healings, angels of light, and love to everyone else in need and concern. We will be back again. The Seguro song by Serena Gabriel from her album Diving Deep, and then I'm going to come back. When we come back, I'm going to finish up with your reading, Reverend Marietta. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. It says there's still several seconds left, but anyhow, we're back. This is Andrew Aloha live out of Flagstaff, Arizona, with Spiritual Image Productions on free conference call and Instagram, believe it or not. And welcome, Angela Pennington. Thank you for stopping by. And by the way, Angela, if you're interested in getting a free psychic reading, you can call the number there that's on the Instagram comment section, 712-451-0948, 712-451-0948, access code 936676 936676 And when you get here, we'll open up your line and we'll entertain the idea of giving you a reading. So there's 3 of us here to give readings if you're interested. So it's up to you. If you're shy, well then I don't know what to tell you. Well, if you're shy, I tell you what, you can write your question here in the comment section on Instagram, and then we'll see if we can answer it from there. Maybe that's the best way. I don't know, but that's up to you. So anyhow, Reverend Marietta, believe it or not, you too are going to be encountering a partner next summer. I think that next year is just going to be a altogether much better year all the way around for a lot of people, or maybe for everyone. I don't know, but anyhow, Reverend Marietta, you're going to be encountering a partner next summer. I just thought I'd tell you that. What I'm seeing, you're going to be let me see this loyalty. There's some plans that you might be having right now that you're working with that you're probably going to want to not put too much into right now. Just let it go. Just unfold and go with the flow. Does that make sense to you, Reverend Marietta?
Yes.
Okay, so whatever you're planning, you're just going to want to just go with the flow and just not push it too much and just see what happens. And Kuan Yin, hey, what the heck are you doing, Kuan Yin? Anyhow, we got Kuan Yin here on Instagram with us. Again, if y'all want to get a free reading, you can call the phone number there on the comment section, 712-451-0948, 712-451-0948, and then access code 936676 pound, 936676 pound. If you want to just call in, we'll be happy to entertain you for doing a reading. We still have plenty of time, 45 minutes for a reading if you want. So it's up to you. Or if you think you're too shy, then what you can do is my phone is dying. Put a comment in the section, or put the question in the comment section, and then we'll go from there. But hang on a second, time out. My phone is getting ready to DIED, so we're gonna have to plug it in. Let me see if we can do it this way. I'm not sure. The way this phone is set up is so Mickey Mouse. It's so stupid. That doesn't work. Okay, here we go. Here, maybe we can put the phone over on this side instead, and see if we can. It's a little well here. It's going to be sideways. It's going to be crooked. Oh, I don't know. This is really weird. All right. Well, that's weird, but okay, we'll go with that. So anyhow, Reverend Marietta, over the next few weeks, your things are gonna be balanced for you. Things are gonna be balanced out for you. You're gonna reach a stalemate with some issues that you're going through with right now. But you're also gonna want to be very conscious about how you deal with some of your issues. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, yeah.
So you're going to want to use a specific language you're going to want to just be respecting, professional. You're going to want to be what's the word? You're going to want to use a verbiage that's very compassionate or helpful, in a sense of speaking. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, yes.
Okay, so it's going to be like that. Let me see. Again, what month is this? The Magician. Again, the word delay is coming up. It's springtime. Whatever's going on in the springtime, there's going to be there's a project that you're going to working on or going to be working on that's probably going to be tabled, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just not going to serve its purpose or your purpose. So you're going to want to simply just go with the flow. Don't fight it, and yet don't put too much energy into this project until you know for sure that you're going to go, that it's going to go forward. That's the best I can give you. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else, Cherokee Billie, that you want to put out there?
Well, not at this moment, but I am going to have to depart. It's a pleasure being here with both of you, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Reverend Marietta.
Thank you for being on the show.
So before, in fact, maybe this is a good way to part, and maybe we should just end the show anyhow. But what I want to do, Cherokee Billie, before you leave, is I want to do a clearing, a karmic clearing and a cords and ties clearing. And then there's a new program that has to do with calibrating you with your soul in the universe. And well, I did it on myself a few days ago, and man, I was just blown away at how much energy shifted from just doing this program.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. So why don't we call it a night anyhow? Since we got so many people on the line waiting for reading, and again, if you want a reading, we're going to do this show again next week, and assumably somebody's going to show up for a reading, and then we'll go from there. So meantime, for those of you that are listening to this after the fact and that want in on this program, these programs, okay. Just put a hand over your heart, Billie and Reverend Marietta. Put a hand over your heart, signaling to the universe that you're accepting of this program. And give me a couple of minutes, and I'm going to do a program. First of all, I'm going to do the cords and ties clearing and the karma clearing, and then I'm going to come back, and then we're going to do the calibration of you with your soul, to be in alignment with yourself. So, and that was really powerful. I was just blown away. So now here we go. First of all, the karma clearing, cords and ties, and then we'll be back. So I'm going to be quiet for a couple minutes. And again, if you're watching this after the fact and you're watching this on video now or listening to this on audio now, just putting a hand over your heart is going to signal to the universe that you too want to accept this program as well. So here we go. Did you feel anything from that, Cherokee Billie or Reverend Marietta?
I did.
I was seeing things.
Well, okay, so Cherokee Billie first.
Well, I just felt energy and warmth going into the heart and flowing throughout.
Okay. Reverend Marietta? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I went to like a peaceful setting. I was actually seeing a very peaceful outdoors type setting.
Okay. Anything else, Cherokee Billie?
Well, to me, that was like a vacation, just to feel that calm and that energy going through me.
Okay, so now the next program that I'm going to do, and you'll see what I'm talking about, is a calibration of you with your soul. Here we go. And again, all those that are watching this afterwards, after the fact, if you put a hand over your heart, this will signify to the single that you too are willing to accept this gift as well. So here we go. Did you feel anything from that, Cherokee Billie?
Wow, yes, it's still reverberating throughout my spirit body.
Yes, it's right. Still processing.
It's like a bell ringing.
You, Reverend Marietta?
I felt like energy swirling around.
Yeah, when I first did this, it was like that movie called Inception. Did you ever watch that movie, Inception?
Not me.
No, me either.
Oh, you haven't? It was kind of like that. It was just a huge shift of time and space. It was just like just pretty wild, and I was taken from it. So anyhow, any other questions or moans, groans, or comments?
Nope, I don't have any.
Okay.
Me either, but I thank you for allowing me to be here with both of you very much. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank
you. I hope Johnny got
both of you for coming on, and I want to thank all of you that stopped by. Have a God-Goddess weekend. Be the love that you are, always have been, and always will be. Aloha.